Good evening to you all. It's an incredible Sunday evening. Welcome to the Vuyo Joboda show right here on BRICS TV, channel 509 on Starsat. I'm pretty sure that you are wondering, who is the stranger on my screens? Do not be dismayed. Kuhle Adams. I am here to take over Vuyo's job. To kickstart the show this evening, we are joined by Big G. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, and you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Cool.
What should we expect from your performance this evening?
A great performance. That's what you must expect.
I look forward to it. I cannot wait to see you perform. Well, that's Big G about to give us a stellar performance. Big G, take it away.
Africa, the continent where all the talents germinate, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa. Africa, the continent where all the talents germinate, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa. Africa, the continent where all the talent germinates, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa. Africa, the continent where all the talent germinates, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa. Africa, the continent where all the talent germinates, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa. Africa, the continent where all the talent germinates, where talent germinates. Africa, Africa, Africa.
you so much to Big G for that beautiful performance. And I think that's how you open up a show, from the one and only Big T. And you were wondering, who is this pretty girl on my screen? Because that is not what it was, not me. But now I am back on my show right here on the Vuyo Joboda show on BRICS TV. Darlings, I am back because I thought, you know what, let me give you something different. And Kuhle did us the honors of opening the show for us. But now I'm sitting down with her to ask her some exciting questions about her career and how she made it on Presenter Search on 3 and how she got the Expresso job. Ladies and gents, help me welcome Kuhle Adams.
Woo! Yes.
Woo, 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 woo. I like that. Girl, I take over my job.
Jonga, if you are not careful, I'll be out here on BRICS TV.
Listen, BRICS TV, are you listening? But thank you for joining me.
Thank
looking
you
absolutely
so
stunning.
much for inviting me. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure to be here.
Oh man, Kuhle, your name even sounds like a star. It's like Kuhle Adams. It just sounds like
That thing.
That thing, man. Umnandi. When did you realize that there's a star inside of you that's ready to shine out?
I think for as far as I can remember, decently growing up using the mirror as a television screen and the hairbrush as a microphone, you kind of think, okay, there's a little bit of something or interest in television, but you never really know what it is until you grow up and you get to know who you are and your personality and the interests that you have. And I think already in high school, I was set in stone, I want to do this. I didn't even want to go to university. But you know what? I was like, okay, cool. For me to be closer to where I need to move from Ibai. Because at the time, there wasn't much happening in PE with regards to entertainment. I was like, okay, what's the closest place to be? Not Grahamstown, because it's 2 hours away from home. Like, Gonda, let me just go to Cape Town, because then I'm exposed to like campus radio. I'm exposed to Cape Town TV, where we both started. And so as far as I can remember, I've always known that this is something that I really want to do.
There's a song that Nomfundo Kluber sings that goes, Gumnande Pai. And I feel like people from PE have a certain sort of charisma about them. Do you think that your upbringing and how you grew up kind of shaped and molded you to becoming the woman that you are today?
Absolutely. I think we are molded by circumstance, and we are molded by our surroundings, and we are molded by the things that we want to achieve in life, ultimately outside of our situations. I was raised by a single mother, a woman who was almost a victim of femicide. So it's a resilient woman. It's a woman who's very strong, yet very kind-hearted, because ukhulisa abantwana bayi-4. And for her to ensure that all 4 of her children made it through university, graduated, for me is just absolutely incredible. It shows signs of resilience, it shows signs of kindness, it shows signs of or determined, and who's very purposeful of her life and life yabantwana bakhe. So in that, I just did not want to disappoint umama in whatever that I decided to do, and however I decided to do it. My main goal is to ensure that she's proud and to ensure that I am happy in making her proud. Yeah.
You're doing what you love, and it's
Absolutely.
so evident. You shine bright when you're on the TV screen, and we watch you, and you're like, she's shining, she's happy, and you can see it. But you mentioned resilience, and it's not always been an easy journey for you. You've come across some challenges, some lows, because you're experiencing highs right now.
Yeah.
But share with us some of those low moments that you've experienced, particularly within the industry.
I mean, tapping into the industry already is very difficult. For now, we're being on this platform, it's a privilege, because there's how many broadcasters now compared to how many broadcasters there were, back in the day. There's less broadcasters now. There are less talk shows. So for us to be where we are shows when we are resilient and we are persistent in the things that we want to do in broadcasting quality entertainment and quality information to, the viewers. So Indo Yogbana, to be here is a very special thing that we have in us, because Amanda Baninzi, they find that they do have the talent. However, maybe it's self-doubt, perhaps they think they can't overcome their immediate situations and achieve their dreams. I mean, let's give it
a round of applause, because I think that deserves.
She's from the Eastern Cape, the poorest part of the Eastern Cape. Recently, she was crowned Miss Universe.
Yeah.
That is immense. And for Yena Nai, she's like, I want people, when they see me, they must be reflected in me to show that nothing, hard work and determination and perseverance and a little bit of talent.
Yeah.
Talent is like a portion of
Yeah.
it. Everything else is hard work and the time that you put into honing your craft. And you're gonna go above and beyond expectations, your own expectations.
Yeah.
So I draw my inspiration from Abantu Banjalo, Siya Kolisi, Ngosizwide, just next door from Maklake, where I'm
I
from.
think we're doing that Costa thing, but it's fine.
No, I'm really not.
We should celebrate it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can celebrate
Yeah.
that thing, but we're not being tribalistic or anything like that. But it's just in light of the recent wins
Yeah.
that South Africa has
Yeah.
experienced.
Yeah.
Both of those people, Ihad Gil and Ihad Boy as South Africa,
Eva.
have done the ultimate most internationally. So, Singobani Tina to sit back and wallow in our sorrows, you know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we do understand circumstance. We do understand that people have different storylines, it will mean. But I choose to take ownership over mine.
That's so beautiful. And you are definitely, and I think it's you one person that when one looks up to and they say, if Kuhle can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
You know, a black girl from a PE, you know, who's taken strides in a career, that's a form of inspiration.
Yeah.
And for someone who's sitting at home and thinking, maybe Kuhle man, life in Yake when it comes to the industry. She's gone to every audition and it's just been a yes. I mean, I've seen you at auditions and we both can attest to how difficult it can be.
They are
But
so
what for
difficult.
you made you to say, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to go to the next audition. I'm going to go to the next audition, even though there's no.
It sounds so cheesy, but Abantu Baninzi who have made it, I'm still, trying to be on that level.
Girl, you are.
But
You are there, darling.
they always say, Mana, the no that you receive is not to put you down.
Yeah.
In whatever form it comes, it's not to put you down, but it's to prepare you for what's meant for you. Presenter Search on 3, it was my second time trying it out. I didn't even make it to the live auditions the previous year when
Yeah.
I entered. So for me to actually win this year, even this year, I received a no. Like, I didn't get a call back.
Yeah.
But then it's because of their viewers who were like, okay, we want Kuhle back on the competition. And then I got back into the competition and then I worked, Vuyo. And it's not that we don't have the talent or you don't have the talent when you receive a no. I mean, there is a level of honesty, self-honesty.
Yeah.
Can I really do this? Is this really what I want to do? Or do you think it's a quick fix to your life?
To being famous.
To being famous,
Yes.
for example. But unai talente, but then it's also just timing and just being aligned with the brand. Because at the end of the day, looking back and the shows that I auditioned for, most of them were not aligned with who I am. But it's just a matter of I need a yes, I need an in the industry. But I guess Abano prepped me for what is today.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You stand in lines for 5 hours.
Ungene
Ungene phakathi sana. Kuthiwa after 5 seconds, okay, cool, haven't finished your link. Kuthiwa, okay, Enkosi, thank you, bye. God, but I've been waiting here for 5 hours and you're
Yeah.
gonna give me 5 seconds screen time. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen once. And Omya Umdu that I look up to is Lerato Khanyago. Lerato Khanyago broke into the industry later on in her life and she's been hustling for years, for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Somizi, same thing. And he's popping right now.
Yeah.
So it's all time and place for everyone. Just don't give up.
Yeah, when the time is right, surely the universe will align things and things will come your way. Listen, we're going to chat about what is going on in your mind when they announced you as the winner of Presenter Search, right? At home, remember that you can hit us up on social media. We're at BRICS TV across all social media platforms. But right now, though, let's go to a quick commercial break. We'll see you straight after this. And welcome back, darlings. You're still tuned into the Vuyo Joboda show right here on BRICS TV with myself, your darling, Vuyo Joboda, darling. And on the show today, we have the beautiful, the talented, the queen of television, if I may say so myself, Kuhle Adams, who is one of my most inspiring presenters in South Africa today.
Oh,
Queen.
wow.
Yes.
Queen?
Why not?
Already?
Yes.
What? I'll take it. Go.
I think you just need a crunch. You see me up and talk. But Kuhle, I mean, I don't think it's wrong to say queen because you've managed to take ownership of the space you're in, and that is what a queen is. As I always say, taking and cementing yourself in that space.
And
so that
leading
qualifies,
us.
that qualifies you as being a queen. But I asked you before the ad break. I said that I was going to ask you before the ad break that what was going on in your mind the moment they said, and the winner is for Presenter Search on 3 2019. Drum roll, please. Kuhle Adams! That second, what was going on in your mind?
You know, we enter competitions hoping we'd win, but
Yeah.
you never really think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I remember there's a picture where I'm like, because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? Is this me?
Yeah.
And then they asked me, so how do you feel? I choked up. I'm like, because I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
It's literally like a mixed emotions because you're excited and you know that your life is about to change and you can't believe that you're going to be living your life doing what you love doing.
Yeah.
And for me, that's always been the most important thing is that
Yeah.
and people are unhappy out there. And what makes a lot of people unhappy is the kind of jobs that they do because it occupies most of our time.
Yeah.
So if ixesha lami ndil-investa kwinto endiyithandayo endifuna uyenza, then I'm so happy and so excited.
Yeah.
And I was just like, thank you, God. Finally. Yo, Mama Muzoye,
Yeah.
hey, get a real job.
And you mentioned that the show that you're in now, Expresso, it's aligned to your brand. What did it mean for you personally getting to win a competition that you feel like was what you were meant to do and it was aligned with your brand?
Yeah. Expresso is very progressive, and Expresso show covers a spectrum of things. There are so many things that I kind of struggle with in terms of the content because I feel like I'm young. However, that's another positive of it is that I get to learn quicker and I get to learn to think on my feet because it's a live show. And I have a large reach in South Africa every morning. So it exposes me to different demographics
Yeah.
around South Africa. And it's just like, it's a lifestyle show, it's a magazine show, it's a travel show, it's also like current affairs show, it's entertainment. It's everything that you want from a person, a well-knowledgeable person, someone who's well-read, someone who, you know, as I mentioned earlier on, who can think on her feet, and also who's very much willing to learn and continue learning and growing. And that platform allows me to be just that person, to continue to learn, to continue to grow, to continue honing my craft, and just growing with the brand.
Yeah.
It's an incredible
I
show.
saw your trip to, was it Zanzibar?
No, it was
Mauritius.
Mauritius and Kenya. Oh, girl.
You look like you are living your best
My
life.
Instagram is on flame. Oh,
How was that experience for you?
that was the... Okay. So I've been to Lesotho and Eswatini,
Yeah.
but a lot of people are like, it doesn't count because it's in South African borders. You need a passport to get there, so it counts.
It is international.
It is international. And I've been to Kenya earlier on this year. So visiting Kenya for the second time was incredible, especially with the show, because now I get to see the full-on, you know, tourist attraction places and to experience that on behalf of everyone back home or who's interested in visiting. And Mauritius was just paradise. I'm like,
Darling.
can I just wake up and drink a mimosa every morning? Can I just wake up to the smell of the Indian Ocean every morning? It was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an experience and a half. That's why also I enjoy the show because it opens so many doors and opportunities for you to travel. And as a young woman, I didn't have money to travel by myself.
Yeah.
So now it's like I get to travel for work and
you're
get paid while doing it.
That's just a test to you at home that if you're doing what you love, you'll never really work a day in your life because you can do some fabulous things.
Exactly.
And you mentioned that, you know, it's important for you to be well-read and to be knowledgeable of what's happening around you. You're a very well-educated woman. What do you think is the importance for one to not only educate themselves with education and school, but also to educate themselves about what's going on around them, but also about school? Because I'd like us to touch on that because it speaks to who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in all of this, in pursuing television or television broadcasting, yes, the one thing that I was unshakable about, even though I thought so many times that, oh, I want to drop out, is I need to finish what I started.
Yeah.
And I started off studying in media studies at UCT, but then I not dropped out, but I changed courses because I realized that they canceled a course that I was interested in my final year. So I'm like, there's no need for me to go the whole stretch, but I'm not going to find anything. Then I found interest in environmental and geographical sciences, which is something that my sister has a master's in, and I see the kind of work that she does. So I'm just like, oh, it's aligned with my principles in terms of sustainability and going green. And also, it's kind of like a general thing that people need to also take part in or know of, you know? So graduating, first of all, it was like waiting to exhale. I was like, whew, thank you, Jesus.
Umgomo is not
Umgomo
existent
is
anymore.
real, you know, but I'm so happy to hold such a qualification next to my name, next to being a television broadcaster, because education is important. Whatever it is that you want to study in varsity or a college or whatever institution that you are in, make sure that, you know, if you have the opportunity, heed the opportunity, take it with both hands. And if you don't, try to access the internet and see what's happening around the world, you know, because it's very important for us to know what's happening around us, to also inform us in a micro level of how we interact with our environment, how we interact with each other, how we interact with foreign nationals, you know, and just how we interact with everything and everyone within, you know, the social spectrum. That, and for us to know that, we need to be well informed, and to be well informed, you need to be like
and it's important that we have that chat, because we're not only preaching talent, we're not only preaching persistency or resilience, but it's important to be educated, you know, and mentally free yourself from unknowledge, because knowledge is important and knowledge is power. And I think, you know, it's also seeing what Zosie has done with the Miss Universe crown, how she's taken it with grace.
With grace,
you know, and
poise.
What does it mean to you being a black woman in 2019?
For me, being a black woman in 2019 means queendom, that's it. But also it's just like, maybe it's a tagline, what a time to be alive. Because we are our ancestors' wildest dream. Because a few years ago, you wouldn't see so many black faces on your screens. And again, we have taken the baton from the women who have done it before us, you know, you know, and we are running with it the way that we know how. And we are informed by our own personal politics as young women, black women. I mean, every day we learn and we unlearn things. And I think that's part of growing up. So for me, being a black woman right now is like incredible. And being represented by Zozibini Tunzi is also just like, yes. Yes.
What a perfect candidate.
We are recognized. We are present. We are recognized. So it's to just cement ourselves and just lead.
The time is now.
Time is now.
Listen, it's 2020 now, and you've opened the year for us on the show. What can you look forward to from Kuhle Adams in 2020?
In 2020
and beyond.
And beyond. In like my wildest dream. Okay, let me tell you this. So I have a notebook that says great things take time, right? So in the notebook earlier on, I was like, I would like to be on Expresso. Then, end of the year,
things happen.
So I am a true believer of what you say straight to God's ears, and also just write it down to always go back and ensure that the universe is listening. So 2020 for me, I would love to host a national awards show, but perhaps a red carpet, if I'm not shooting for the stars, a red carpet or the main stage. That for me is also like my ultimate goal. And also just to grow as a brand, to also take my brand very seriously, because I'm just like, ooh, yay, it's happening. And also just to be very much more intentional with the things that I do and the things that I say. So I think for now, let me just say, stick around, because it's an exciting ride. It's going to be absolutely exciting.
One word in 10 seconds that describes Kuhle Adams.
A dreamer.
A dreamer. Absolutely beautiful. Kuhle, listen, I can't wait to see what you're going to do in this year and beyond. You've inspired so many young girls out there to just continue chasing their dreams. So thank you so much. And also good luck for waking up at 4 a.m. every morning.
Every morning. Thank you so much. You are absolutely incredible.
Thank
I
you.
had the time of my life, and it's just a pleasure being here with you.
2 black girls on the TV screens taking over on BRICS TV. Thank you so much to Kuhle. Thank you to Big G for also opening up the show for us. And thank you at home for tuning in on Sunday evening on your favorite show, the Vuyo Joboda show here on BRICS TV, channel 509 on your Starsat. Darlings, I love you so much. And it's goodbye from me, but I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. It's cheers for now.